Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Marcos Villegas. This man right here, Robert the Ghost Guerrero, fighting this Saturday at the Honda Center on this Spike TV card that's going to have Bellator on Friday and boxing on Saturday. You're going up against David Peralta, a guy from Argentina who, when I saw him come in to this gym here, it's funny because you told me, oh, wow, he's tall. And I was telling other people, I'm like, man, this guy's kind of tall. He's kind of a big dude.
Yeah, he's pretty tall. Tall guy, man. So, yeah. I usually get the tall ones. Like a Kama guy was tall too, and I was surprised. Like, man, he's taller than I thought he was.
What's like the mindset when you have an opponent that's tall like that in terms of how you want to approach a fight? Is it automatically, I got to get on the inside of this guy and work his body, or is it other things that come into play?
Fill him out. Fill him out the first 2 rounds, and then, go from there, work your game plan. It's hard to find film on him, so, you had to be ready for everything. And I knew he was tall from what I found, but I didn't think he was that tall. But good thing I had a couple guys that were, 6'1", 6 foot, so, ready to go.
From what you've seen of him in the tape that you were able to find, what do you make of the way he fights, his abilities, and what he brings to the table on Saturday night?
Well, he brings a lot of height. He's more of a laid-back type of guy where, he lets you come to him and he counters you. The fight I seen of him, he laid up on the ropes a lot. So, if he does that, it's an advantage, to have somebody on the ropes and be able to work on the inside, over the top, stuff like that. So, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to be getting back in the ring.
We saw you last in the ring on that Fox card against Danny Garcia. Since then, is there anything different in camp that you've worked on? Anything that you're incorporating? Let us know.
Yeah, I've been working on, being back on my toes. Like I told you guys before when I fought Garcia, that camp, doing a little more boxing, a little more on my toes. And, it takes a minute to get back to what you were doing before, to break all those bad habits. And, like I was telling you guys that I had the habit of just, going balls to the wall, walking guys down and just saying, let's go. So, staying on my game plan and, working behind a jab and being on my toes, it took a little time to get back to it, but you know what? I think I'm almost there.
We saw flashes of that in the Garcia fight where you would go ahead and box, but then at times you'd go ahead and try to knock his head off and go in exchange. How do you stop yourself from doing that? Because it seems like you mentioned you are getting back to on your toes, but sometimes just the dog in you comes out and you're going to want to brawl.
Yeah, well, in the Garcia fight, when I was on my toes and I was working behind my jab, you didn't know what the hell to do. So, you tend to get bored with the guy that just don't know what to do and starts running, so you go balls to the wall and start making a fight. But it's like I said, sticking to that game plan and then repetition in the gym, just working on it and, working it during sparring, not trying to get in there and just mow everybody down.
You've been in a competitive division that has so many potential opportunities for you in terms of fights. If you win this, do you feel it takes you right back up to a title shot, or do you feel you still need a contender, a top 5 guy, then to get a title shot?
Oh, I'm ready for a title shot now. I'm ready for that Garcia rematch, man.
Yeah, that's something I've heard you in interviews. You still feel you won the fight?
I still feel I won the fight, man. It's the way these guys are judging now. They just like that 1 or 2 flashy shots around. It's a fight, man. You got to come out and fight and make it happen, and work combinations. But it is what it is. Just get back to that position and make it happen again.
Why that fight in particular sticks out still for you? Is it because it was just so recent, or is it feel that they got it wrong in your opinion, and it's something that you feel inside that, I need to get that win back from him. It's a fight that I can win.
Oh, most definitely. I felt, I'm one not to cry over anything. I fought, when I fought Thurman, clearly, hey, he beat me. He was a better man that night. I felt I beat Garcia. That's why it's like, hey, you know what? We got to do it again, man. We got to do it again. You can't just turn around and run and hide and, just sit back and look for the fight that, that you're just going to get past.
You had a high-profile fight in Floyd Mayweather. You took that fight, given that Floyd controlled the terms and everything like that. Garcia and Broner were in a similar position where they had a Pacquiao fight offered to them. They declined the fight, citing that the purse wasn't high enough. What do you make of that, given your experience fighting Floyd? And sometimes fans have mentioned, hey, sometimes it doesn't matter how much. It's the reward at the end. Having a win against like a guy like that could end up making you more money and more notoriety in boxing.
Most definitely. It's one of those fights that, if Pacquiao fights one more time and retires, then that fight was on the table for you. And then when you retire, it's pretty much, well, you didn't fight Pacquiao. You didn't fight this guy. So, it's about fighting the best fighters. And you come out and fight the best fighters and fight, the reward's going to be there.
Saturday night, what are we going to see from you?
You're going to see a lot of different stuff, back on my toes, inside, outside, and, mixing it up.
Robert, I'm going to see you tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit more. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it here with Robert Guerrero. Takes on Peralta this weekend, Saturday, at the Honda Center in Anaheim, California.